Simone. Nope.
How's Seymour? Is he
Man,
good?
dude, the Alphanis brothers.
Who's Seymour good? Nick and Bill play basketball? Who? Nick and Bill.
Yeah, they're younger.
Oh, the Alphanis brothers.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Well, that's from the Zolotas group.
Oh, I like to think so.
That's what
I don't know where that's in Melanie, yeah. Exactly. It's a lot of, yeah, very good, yes.
That's good. So how many games do you guys got during the season?
I think there's 12.
That's
12.
not bad.
Yeah.
So what's the league fee?
$100.
Oh, that's amazing. So
No, it's good. It's fantastic.
yeah, so basically you're getting $8 a game that you can play.
You know,
to
the way
go
I
out
look
there.
at it is we talk sports. Let's back it up. Let's do some sports.
Absolutely.
And
Well,
then
we're
I want-
athletes.
We
right?
are athletes
We're
first.
officially athletes. You and I both.
absolutely.
I got hockey. You're in the basketball season.
Boom, boom.
So is it once a week or?
It's once a week, yeah.
Yeah, so 12
But we
games.
practiced yesterday because we got hammered last week.
Really?
Yeah, we got beat.
What's
sideways.
hammered?
Hammered by like 25 points.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
hammered.
that's hammered.
Yeah, that's
It's not good. Not
that's
good.
pretty-
but
that's pretty bad. That's
thi-
almost as
I
bad
have
as
a feeling
ruining
today.
a
I'm going to
2-0.
call it. We're an hour away from game time. An hour and a half. I think we win by 20
Are
points.
you gonna go? Should we just call it
No,
quits?
no, I gotta go. You know
You
what?
gotta go.
I'm the best. I'm good at a couple of things. Hold back guy, and
Yeah.
I'm the best bench guy ever. I'm great on the bench.
Morale.
I'm fantastic.
I could see that.
I will tell you how great you are, or I'll give you a little bit of a hard time. But you know what I do? I keep everyone check.
You keep
Check.
everyone in check.
I keep everyone
can
in
see
check.
that.
That's
well,
my
look,
thing.
Look, you keep the podcast in check.
I like
you
to
do
think
the
so.
itinerary.
I do this,
you
I do that.
You're timing it.
Do you know how many times I've done this itinerary?
How many times?
50
Whoa!
times. 50 times I've done this itinerary.
You know, episode 50. It's here.
It's here.
Mitch, think about it. We have the same record.
Right.
Because I have yet to find another podcast that defeats ours.
I also have not found one.
So we're 50-0.
50.
You know who else is 50-0?
Mayweather.
We're Mayweather status.
We're
Are we
Mayweather
we're the Mayweather of
We're the
podcasts.
goats of the podcast
We are
industry.
the goats of the podcast.
That's right.
Amazing.
So, weekend.
Speaking of goats.
Yeah.
Speaking of weekend.
Sure.
I had, I don't know what the word is, a roller coaster
Okay.
of a weekend. I'm conflicted.
Okay.
So check this out. I finally get around to watching
Right.
The Equalizer.
You haven't watched The Equalizer yet?
No, I know. I think I've brought this up to so many people. The first thing is that reaction.
Yeah.
You haven't seen The Equalizer? What's wrong with you?
Right.
No, I haven't. Didn't get around to it.
Sure.
I tried to coordinate 'cause it's on Netflix with Tamara. Doesn't happen. Finally said, you know what? She falls asleep on the couch. I'm making a move. You can watch it on your own time, Tamara.
That's fair.
Okay,
That's
this is
fair.
Dimitri time.
That's a fair call.
So I watched The Equalizer.
Right.
Guy's amazing.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
good.
First and foremost, I don't know why they give people, like why they give Denzel Washington a name as a character in a
Right.
movie. Just call him Denzel.
Sure.
He just Denzel in everything.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, not Hank, not Jeff, just
No.
Denzel.
Denzel.
Jeff's a great name,
Yeah, it is a nice name.
but Denzel is Denzel.
Yeah, absolutely.
So The Equalizer is amazing. He analyzes everything. He knows exactly how long it's going to take to kill people. He's a step ahead of everyone else.
Right.
But at the end of the movie, I'm very dissatisfied.
Why?
You're not going to believe why.
Okay.
Because I don't know who would win in a fight, Mitch, between The Equalizer,
Oh, yeah.
Denzel,
Yeah.
or John Wick.
Ooh.
That's what I thought of at the end of the movie. I'm like, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
I don't know who wins.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's that's like the question of like, what's life all about? You know, that's a tough one.
Yeah, what's the meaning of life?
Yeah, what's the meaning of life?
So I watched it Saturday. It's now Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
I'm gonna simply go with John Wick only because he's younger in the movie. He seems younger. Like the actual Keanu Reeves is like 50. Denzel. By the way, what's up with these 50-year-olds like looking like they're 25 and running around and doing flips and
It's the way it should be.
killing people? The one thing I have about these movies, as entertaining and as fun as they are, is how is it they never really ever get shot? Like,
Well,
how can the other guys be that bad at shooting? How could they
It's
be
hard.
that bad?
It's hard to hit a moving target.
I get, but why are they so good at it?
But that's what makes them special.
I don't
Okay,
know,
they're
man.
different. They're the cream of the crop.
Fair
And this
enough. I'm gonna go with John
You
Wick.
think John Wick?
I'm gonna go with
Can
John
you
Wick.
believe
on
what
this
you're
one.
saying, though?
I don't know if I care to not be right on this. Like, this is I want the two shows to run into each other and let's really find out. Get some director on this and let's find out. I have no idea what to tell you.
I think what a great idea would be is we're good. Actually, we're excellent at pinpointing who's the best of the best.
Right.
We proved that with the list of 64.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah. I
Are
might
you?
be. I could.
What?
Do you want?
I think we should.
I think we should come up with a list.
Yeah.
You got John Wick.
Right.
You got Denzel. Let's just call him Denzel. Denzel Training Day.
Yeah.
Denzel Equalizer.
Absolutely.
Whatever Denzel you want.
Commando. Rambo.
You got Statham in the mix.
Oh, yeah.
You got Charles Bronson. You got Chuck Norris.
Jason Bourne.
James Bond.
Boom.
These are bona fide killers, Mitch.
You know what? We got to get on this by next week. You know why? Because somebody's going to steal this fantastic idea.
People are listening. People are stealing.
What a great idea. Okay, GOAT list.
Is it 16? Is it 32?
Well, let's go. We're going to have to work on this. Guys, leave it to us. We'll figure this out. Wow, this is great. I like that. Now, speaking of GOATs and speaking of sports, we should try to incorporate that in this podcast.
Great segue, Mitch.
I'm going to be the first one to say to everyone, I'm a man. I can admit when I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
We bleed like everyone else.
I bleed like everyone else. I'm sorry. Tiger Woods, last week on this podcast, I called you a Malaka. I called you a Malaka because I said you had the world in the palm of your hands and you let it go. Straight up, I called it on the sport. Controversial. Maga versus Malaka. I called you a Malaka.
You straight up called Tiger Malaka. I didn't like it.
You called me out. Jeff called me out. Everyone's been texting me, how could you have done it? And then and apparently Tiger heard it too. Tiger was listening to the podcast. He goes, honey, hold my beer. And what does he do? He goes out and not just wins, led the whole time.
The whole time.
And then what else does he do because of that performance? He comes second in the FedEx Cup.
What do you want? Is he
and he's a co-leader this weekend in the Ryder Cup.
I think you tweet him and apologize.
I'm going to tell you right now, I still think you're a Malaka. But you know what? If that's what it took to get you back on top, you're welcome.
You're
welcome, Tiger.
Keep calling him a Malaka.
You're welcome, Tiger.
Monday motivation.
But
with
straight
Mitch.
up, congratulations. That was fun to watch. And you know what was even more fun to watch?
Huge.
I brought this up before. The people that follow him. Dude, why doesn't he just quit golf and take on a religious sect, like start his own thing, and he'll make more than he would in golf.
Yeah, Tigerism.
Sure.
Tigerism, why not? I can't believe, actually I shouldn't say I can't believe, I do believe it, but the want, the urge, the necessity of his fans to just want this guy to win so bad that in the last few years, anytime he's had a streak of brilliance or come remotely close, it's the masses gather. I've never seen a crowd like that. I feel that I've never seen a crowd like that in golf since, Tiger.
Well, I think the more, and I kind of makes sense what I'm about to say. Look at that crowd yesterday, and he didn't win the FedEx Cup. He won that tournament. Yeah. Now the crowds are going to be resurrected again. They're coming back even more so.
You know who's got to be pissing their pants right now? Who's got real afraid?
Oh, I think I know.
The Mickelson.
Yeah.
Watch out.
He
played possum. Tiger played possum.
Yeah, he did. It's literally, come, when is it? November, I think they're supposed to play each other?
Yeah.
10 million on the board? 9 or 10 million?
I believe it's 9 million.
Is it 9 million? 9 million? Wow.
Someone's got to take a pic.
Phil's got to call some of his investment guys, maybe the Sportsfolio guys, we'll explain later, and say, I gotta get 9 million together.
If Mickelson had an amazing Sportfolio, trademark Real Locker Room Talk, you'll find out at the end of the episode.
That's right.
But if he had a real Sportsfolio, he would understand what just happened. Someone would be managing his risk for him.
Right.
He walks in there and goes, sorry, Tiger, you want to bet 9 million? You want to bet 9 million on a game? Anytime. Hey, you know what, Tiger, let's do it next year.
Yeah.
I'm busy this year. I'm building golf courses.
Unbelievable.
Okay? I'm taking stock tips.
Well, I don't know what to say. Mickelson's got to find some money, and he's got to find it quick because Tiger's on fire.
The only way Mickelson can win, he's got to go Tanya Harding.
Yeah, he does.
He does. He's got to get, what's the guy's name? I was going to say Buttafuoco, but...
I think it's...
Jeff, what was the guy's name?
Mike Tyson?
Yeah, Tyson. He's got to go get Tyson, and That's the only way to take Tiger out of this game.
He's got to take him out.
He's in the zone.
He's got to hit his back. Or what Shooter McGavin did. Remember, he hired the one guy, the Sizzler guy.
Yes, the Sizzler
right,
guy.
where he hit him with the Volkswagen Beetle.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the guy. Get him back in.
Get that guy in. Yeah, that's the only way around this. That's all they got to do.
I don't know what his name is, but he looks like Chevy Chase's stunt double.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but wow. So again, I said I'm a man. I can say when I'm wrong. Tiger, congrats, unreal, exciting to watch. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I know what you're doing, Tiger. You're scratching your back on purpose because you're trying to show your biceps. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. But I respect that game. I respect it.
I love it.
Speaking of guns, speaking of bats, speaking of hitting, baseball comes to an end in the next 48 hours from this podcast.
What?
And the National League is in a crazy, crazy race right now. Mm-hmm. You got the Rockies, the Cubs, the Brewers, the LA Dodgers. Did I say the Rockies? And the St. Louis Cardinals. They're all vying for the last. These 5 teams are vying for the last 2 to 3 spots, 2 wild cards and a division lead in there somewhere.
When did this season slowly come to an end? It's so fast.
It's only
Mitch.
162 games. So the funny thing is that they may need more than that to figure that. You would think that they've separated themselves by now.
You'd think.
You'd think that, but that's not the case. But the way I look at it, Dimitri, is this: even if whoever comes out of there, it doesn't matter. You know why? Because the Yankees got this.
I was going to say, what has this got to do with the Yankees winning?
It has nothing. I just wanted to keep the people informed that we know what's going on the outside world.
And I guess we got to give a shout out to Boston.
Boston?
We got some fans in Boston. We can't forget about them.
Of course not.
The Red Sox, they hit a great milestone.
They did.
What was it? 106 wins?
They're at 107 right now.
They're at 107.
Right, 107 right now.
Oh, there you go. I mean, this is a franchise record.
Franchise record.
They're coming in on a league record.
League record.
But, I mean, I got to say again, it's good, but the Yankees are still going to win.
The Yankees still got this.
Yeah.
With all jokes aside, the Yankees just do something else in the postseason. It's just it's their thing, man.
Yeah.
They make it there, and watch out. They're scary.
Look,
watch out.
We just talked about it. The Yankees are Tiger Woods.
That's right.
Arguably the best franchise all time.
That's right.
And they were playing possum all year. Just watching the Mickelson Red Sox.
That's right.
Cruise their way in.
Right to the end.
Boom.
Normally at this time, Dimitri, we like to jump in with a new segment we have, Hunting with Jeff.
Yes, that's
However,
right.
that is going to be canceled.
What?
Yeah.
It's pulled after 2 seasons?
It's pulled after 2 episodes because Jeff, to be quite honest, is a gentleman and he doesn't kiss and tell. He feels a little bad about it. And on top of the fact that the gilf that he first dated is dead.
She did.
She died.
Well,
yeah.
why else would she ghost
Well,
him?
exactly.
Nobody ghosts Jeff.
I mean, I completely understand and respect where he's coming from. So, but the thing what
send
Jeff
our
does
condolences,
have,
Jeff.
the one thing this is no jokes. Jeff has an amazing history, a very cool career. So next week is the first ever. It's going to be, what do you want to call it?
We have from now to a week. How about rocking on the road with Jeff?
Rocking on the road with Jeff.
You
gotta hear. It's kind of sad that the listeners don't get to hear the stories we hear.
Yes.
From Jeff. So we want you guys to hear these amazing stories that Jeff has. They're true. A. Yeah. B. They're hilarious. And C. They're amazing.
Some of them I can remember.
And some of them, exactly. So you guys we gotta sit down for a couple of minutes and let Jeff tell you guys a little story because they are fun.
Because we get to know Jeff.
We get to know Jeff.
We got to know Jeff.
And you all know who he is, but it's time for you to really know who Jeff is.
To understand.
Exactly.
The essence of alchemy.
The essence. Chances are the ratings will go through the roof, and then this whole podcast will just turn into the Jeff Show.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's going to happen.
Yes.
Now, with that being said, what's on the show itinerary today?
Oh, my goodness, Mitch. I mean, I actually want to talk the new segment right now. I really do. But I can't do that. We got to cover so much ground because so many things happened from last week to this week. We already talked about the milestone of Real Locker Room Talk matching Floyd Mayweather's record. But hey, NFL, cat's out of the bag. We love talking about it, but there's some things that happen and we have to address them.
Absolutely. I can't wait. Let's talk about I don't know, Canada's game. Hockey starts in 1 week. The NHL season starts.
That was my scoring horn.
That was awesome. Yeah. No. And it starts, and you know what? Next week, Dimitri and I will go right into it. who do we like, who don't we like, which players to watch out for, not to watch out for. But the NHL came out with the top 50 players. They announced it yesterday. We're going to tell you if they got it right or not.
Absolutely.
That's
and not
it.
only that,
Yeah.
the odds makers came out with who they think the top winning teams are,
Right.
and we got to see if they got it right or
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
You know, moving into, we're talking head-to-head sports. We got to go right into one of the best head-to-head sports, the UFC.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor, Khabib, Glabadabadubadov.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to be fighting. They just had the face-off, the showdown,
The presser.
if
Yeah.
you will. And we're going to give our thoughts about that, Mitch. We have to talk about that.
Did you watched it, right?
What? Oh, yeah.
It was crazy.
I
I came up with a new word, McGregorlicious.
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 Ooh.
And then obviously we're gonna talk to you about a new sports segment we're gonna try to do. It's called Sportsfolio. We'll explain it a little bit later. It's fun, it's exciting, and what? It's gonna put money in your pants. That's what it's gonna do.
That's what it's going to do.
And of course, at the very end,
Tell me we're doing it.
we're doing it.
Tell me we're going to
We're
do
gonna
it.
do it.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
It's
It's Maga or Malaka.
Can we do it right now?
No,
I wanna do it now.
I know you.
Let me go now.
At the end.
We can't start
You know
now.
how I feel. Dessert's always at the end.
See,
It's always at the
this
end.
is the problem. This is the problem. I get excited that it's podcast day.
Right.
I get excited when we're in the booth. Jeff cues up the music. He's got the background music that's going so tight. We talk the itinerary.
Right.
I'm half chubbed right now.
I
and
see
I want to
that.
get into everything.
I see it and I'm a little weirded out by it.
I know
Yeah.
because I'm wearing my sweatpants.
That's right. You
but
sure are.
before we get
Before all
into
that.
anything on this show,
Absolutely.
it's sacrilegious.
Uh-huh.
We have to, and Jeff, cue the music.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, because we got to bring to you the Macromind Media metrics of the week. Macromind Media metrics of the week. Macromindmedia.com has brought to you RealLockerRoomTalk.com. Check out their portfolio. They've done an array of things. Like I said, maybe they mow lawns, maybe they don't. But I'll tell you what they do is give you great sound advice on all topics on Headversity. Hashtag AskDrRT. You got to check out Macromind Media if you want to get any kind of metrics and traction. And please follow the Headversity. There's some great information there. Now, let me tell you about metrics. If I were to tell you that we got a new download in another country in the Union of Europe, would you believe me, Mitch?
I always believe you.
Now, people are listening, and we don't make this stuff up.
Right.
And this country, everyone's going to say, well, it's obviously Lacey. No. Lacey left yesterday.
That's right.
To go to
Italy.
But the download came last week. Italy, welcome to Real Locker Room Talk.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Hey, how you doing?
It's Zeno. Hey, the Locker Room Talk. Hey, it's a Mitch and Dimitri.
Bene.
Couple Greccos. Couple Greccos.
Oh.
Real Locker Room Talk is
So
downloaded
nice.
in Italy.
Yeah.
You know who's neighbors with Italy?
Who?
Our home country of Greece.
That's right.
And that's where you can listen to us on agapegreekradio.com, AGAPE Greekradio.com. Check out the entire lineup, especially if you love Greek music. This has got to be the greatest radio streaming station that's out there. Not because we're on there, just because...
Well, I think it has.
Well, I think we upped the game, but... What they have, Mitch, is they have people from all over the world. So you're not getting just a saturated sample size of just one piece of content.
That's
Stan's
right.
the man.
Stan's the man.
Stan's the man.
Thank you,
Stan's
Stan.
the Jeff
Right.
of Agape Greek Radio.
That's right.
That's how
correct.
good he
Yeah,
is.
I can't wait. I tried to listen to us the other day.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was on. I turned it on too early, so I listened to what did I listen to? Girlicious, or I think it was called.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
great.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they got an array of things there. It's
You
fantastic.
know who I love is I love that DJ Yorgos.
He's
you know what I'm
good.
talking about, man.
Yeah.
That guy made it's 1 p.m. I feel like I'm at a club.
I felt like
7 p.m. I'm at a club.
I was dancing by myself
Really?
Yeah.
Where were you dancing by yourself?
upstairs in my in my room.
Just on your own.
Yeah, just alone.
I think you took it too far. That's probably
I
the
was a little
dumbest thing I
alone.
ever heard.
No,
Don't
I
ever
was
admit
alone.
that again.
I just
There is a
wanted to let
point where it's too
people know.
far, Mitch.
Yeah, that might have been. That might have been. You're right. But you know what? I just want to also throw this in. Even though this is podcast 50, you're going to go to Podbean and you're going to be like, wait a minute. Show's only 49. Wait a minute. What happened here?
What happened?
Well, Mandu, I saw him yesterday. We had a little basketball practice. He is very, very. We might have lost a listener. Mandu, the only three-time guest. Big Data.
Mandu?
Mandu.
The Korean dumpling?
The Korean dumpling is upset because episode 42 has not been. It's the lost episode.
Yeah, but Mitch, here's the problem, and you have only yourself to blame.
Right.
That was the time when I was away.
Also correct.
You had one job.
Right.
To upload the podcast.
Correct.
And you ruined it. So,
Yeah.
Mandu, I know you're listening because
Right.
I know you're not going to give up on the show. And all the locker room fans, you're like, what happened to this mysterious episode?
Right.
Okay. The problem is, if I take it off and put it back on,
Right.
I can call it episode 42, but it's going to be at the top of the list and it's going to be confusing.
Right.
So here's my offer.
Here's the offer.
This is the offer.
What do you got?
Anyone who wants to listen to it,
Call us.
email
Yeah.
reallockerroomtalk@gmail.com
you
and
go.
say, send me episode 42.
There it is.
I'll email it to you.
Done.
I can't mess with the order.
You can't mess with the order.
It can't go 47, 48, 49, 42.
Yeah, it's.
People do that to screw other people up when they're counting.
Yeah,
I don't
I
wanna
didn't
screw up
want
the
people
locker room.
to think like we can't count because we can count because we work at a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, banks.
We're bankers.
Banks.
Yeah, we work at
Well,
banks.
two different banks.
We work at we're opposing banks.
That's right. Opposing banks. Beautiful. We just so you know, today we are right on time.
Are we?
We are doing great.
Because there's too much content.
We're
worried.
We have a lot of work to do.
We're
today.
worried, and we talk too much.
And we do. Well, one of us does. Anyways,
I know that's me.
speaking of that, we start in the NFL. Week 3 completed, and I think I speak on behalf of Vegas when I say thank you for all your money. They crushed it this week. So what does that mean to the general fan? Upsets upon catastrophe to the normal NFL realm. Okay, you had the Minnesota Vikings taking beats all day long from
actually,
the Buffalo Bills.
I want to stop you because attention purple team. Hold on. Attention purple team. The game is over. You do not have to keep trying for the comeback. The game has ended.
Do you think that the Vikings are still thinking they can make that comeback?
I think they're still trying. I think they're still on the field.
I have to admit, as much as I hate that team, I said to myself, wow, 27-3, I think at one time, I'm like, okay, you know what? Second half, this is going to get crazy. No. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Josh Allen made you guys look like you guys never played the game.
You know, the
Rookie quarterback.
The Vikings suffered the greatest tragedy of all time, and that's when a guy swoops in, bangs your girlfriend,
Right.
and you can't do anything because he's such a nice guy, and you're still in shock.
Right. It's over.
It's over. You're
done.
like, well, how do I move on from here? I'm not mad at anything.
I don't know what the Vikings do. I don't know, but that was crazy.
Could you imagine being a fan of the Vikings?
Well, you know
Could you
what?
imagine, like a shutout in NFL is near impossible.
It almost happened.
Like I don't think.
Mind you, 2 field goals is a shutout, isn't it? Really? At the end of the day, kind of is, isn't it?
That doesn't count.
6 points in any way. I mean, maybe it was a touchdown. They missed it. I don't know, but it was a shutout. In my eyes, Buffalo beat you 27-0.
Yeah,
That was straight up.
I don't care. It's 27-0. I don't count. Those are gimme points.
And on top of it, just side note, Josh Allen literally jumped over one of your linebackers, and the guy's like 6'7". He's not a gazelle, you guys. He's just a quarterback.
That's
He's not
amazing.
supposed to be jumping over your linebackers.
Yeah. I think the Minnesota Vikings still think that Adrian Peterson's on the team.
Oh yeah, they think it's circa 95.
That's
or
the
something.
problem.
I
They
see
think
what
they're
it
like,
is.
well, AP should be running on third down right now.
They keep wondering. They're like, what? Who's 17? When's Jim Kelly coming out to play?
That's amazing.
That-
Do you think that purple team goes into Lambeau and watches Brett Favre's retired jersey and knowing that he won a Super Bowl for them,
But not them.
but not them
Right.
when they had
That probably.
it must be.
Yeah. Let's get off them now because I think we've tortured them enough. And we'll get on them in a second again. Saints and Falcons prove to everyone that defense doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Straight up offense all day long.
And you know what I love about that game? They get into overtime, and it's not like a field goal wins it.
No.
it's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown that
Now we
wins
got to
it.
get more points.
And can I just say, back in the day, Drew Brees, the San Diego Chargers said, nah, this guy's too small. He's not good enough. How, not that Phillip Rivers is a bad quarterback. He's a great quarterback. I actually like Phillip Rivers a lot. But in all honesty,
I know.
How dumb do you guys feel now? Drew Brees is truly an amazing quarterback. He is such a good player. Such a good player.
Like if that move doesn't get you fired or just not even a job ever again, I don't know what does.
Yeah, seriously. So I think they just finished the game, and that's 99-100 was the final.
Right. Yeah, I think it's there.
Mahoney, I think he's real. I think he's legit, this kid.
Unbelievable.
Like 3 games in, again, sample size a little low, but man, that kid can throw a ball. I know we're all thinking that highlight where he's running around and just whips it, but this kid's real, man.
You know, the thing to watch here is that it's not that Kansas City is winning games. It's not that Kansas City, they start. You said it actually, Mitch. They're starting as they normally do. But you got to see how they're doing it, and especially the way Mahomes is playing. He's playing like someone who has been in the league for quite a few years. And I will say that I remember the draft class with Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson, and Griffin.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing QB draft class. Rookie years, they all had really good seasons.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, probably Griffin, had the best out of all 3 in the first year.
Sure. Yes.
But this guy has surpassed, in my opinion, all 3 combined.
Easily.
The way he's throwing that ball is silk.
Oh, it's gold. Like he throws a great ball. He's got that swagger about him too. He's got that attitude. The team behind this, he's not a rookie, but technically he's a rookie, I guess. But they believe in him. They follow him. They're like, where are we going? He's like, I'm gonna go jump off a bridge. They're like, awesome, let's all go together. Let's all jump off this bridge together.
It helps. It helps when you have the weapons that he has on wide receiver.
Yes, but
running back.
To that point,
it helps.
It does, but to that point, let's go over them. Sammy Watkins, nothing spectacular. Like he's good, but he was nothing
for sure.
Great.
Yeah.
You got Connolly, nothing spectacular, and Tyreek Hill, like all good, wholesome, strong wide receivers.
Right.
But on any other team, they might be These guys are all second, string wide receivers. I'm sorry.
No, you're right, Mitch.
Like Kareem Hunt last year ripped up the league.
Yeah.
He's not. He had a couple touchdowns this week, but didn't do anything crazy.
Well,
he's not doing anything crazy.
What I think the genius is that they're utilizing them properly. They're utilizing everyone properly. I think maybe we're agreeing in capacity. It's not that I don't think Mahomes is only playing excellent because he has all these pieces. It's just they're being utilized properly, and it's a very well managed team right now.
Right.
So
now let me ask you this: do you hear that? Now I know the music literally just went on by chance, but did you hear that noise behind?
No.
I
didn't.
What that was whimpering. That was crying, and that comes directly from the west and a little bit lower. That's in San Francisco.
Oh,
Is that
what that
my
sound
condolences
is?
to the 49ers. Garoppolo, gone for the year. ACL, ripped apart, done, finished. And you know what? And on a play, with all due respect, why don't you just run out of bounds? Why aren't you running out of bounds, man? I hate to say it. Was he trying to do too much because he was just trying to get his team motivated and trying to justify the money that he's been making? What was he trying to do? Because at that moment, dude, you ripped up your ankle, or your knee. You're done for the year. San Fran is easily, no disrespect to 49er fans.
It's
but
over.
It's done.
Yeah, it's done.
So done. Like
Yeah.
you guys have nothing in the cabinets here. Like there's nothing that's gonna happen here.
Mitch, it is a tragedy, and on one side, I really, really want to credit why he did it. He's a competitor.
Right.
He wants to be a difference maker.
Yeah.
And it's easy to criticize and say, man, you should have just run out of bounds. You should have just went out there. But for him, look, the cliche, football is a game of inches. And when you have that killer instinct, when you have that winning attitude, you want to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to help your team win. So I will respect it on that sense.
Yes.
However, you do have to run out of bounds. You do have to be smart about it. And unfortunately, this is a terrible way to learn that lesson so
Absolutely.
early in his career. I don't wish this on anyone.
No, nobody.
I don't wish it on him. I wish he got up and said, okay, lesson learned. I won't do that. But the great quarterbacks of the league understand when to take a chance and when not to take a chance.
That's right.
And you can't always take a chance every single which way. Tom Brady would run out of bounds.
Aaron Rodgers, I don't think Tom Brady would have got 2 yards.
I don't think he would run.
Play,
but Aaron Rodgers runs out of bounds.
Absolutely.
Okay?
It comes with
these
experience.
guys run out of bounds. They understand how far they can go.
I couldn't agree with you more. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. I've joked in the past about Garoppolo getting paid way too much, but it went back. When I said he was getting paid too much, I said it's because he's getting so much money in a small sample size. Well, you said it, and I'm about to say it again. It just shows his experience is lacking. A play like that, he should have just went out of bounds. And who knows? Maybe he still would have tore it out of bounds. Who knows? But the reality is that cutback is what caused that injury for sure.
Yes.
And then getting labeled out by that corner coming over and hitting him. Long story short, it's sad because I will say this about Garoppolo. He is all outside of the fact that he's dating porn stars, which is my favorite thing about him. You can tell this kid's got a great attitude and he's got a great leadership skill, and it's sad to see him because San Fran, you know what? You guys are up and coming, and anytime I see an ACL injury, I really do worry. It is a very bad injury, especially in the NFL. It's one of those that will end you. It could end you forever. And so hopefully Garoppolo comes back from that, and the 49ers get stronger with some really good draft picks in the next year and go from there.
You know, it's tough, Mitch, because it's an attitude thing. And I hope he learns it, because the same way that I look at that cutback and just trying to get those extra yards and trying to make the play is the same difference between a quarterback that is under pressure and decides to hold on and take the sack to the guy who tries to make the play.
Yeah.
And that's what happened here. I do hope he bounces back. I think he will bounce back, but I hope that he learns his lesson. It's an attitude issue.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of injuries, speaking of hits and all that, outside of all this stuff that happened this weekend.
This was such a happy podcast,
No,
Mitch.
I'm going to say it because we got to say it.
I know
the
we got to address
NFL is now under attack, but not by just you and I, because we've already called it. We called it before it even happened. Now the entire NFL and the guys that played in the league before are after the NFL going, what is wrong with you guys? And what are we talking about? We're talking about the late hit. We're talking about the way you're supposed to hit a quarterback. I don't even really know how to describe what's going on right now, because last week we all saw it. I'm not going to go through it. It doesn't matter who the player is. Bottom line, Clay Matthew comes over, hits the quarterback. It was, in my opinion, not just clean. In fact, I would say if I was the NFL, you take that hit and you use that in your video saying this is how you hit a quarterback. Now, his head was to the side. He lunged into him. He brought him down. He wasn't fully, you could see it wasn't malicious. And what do? They call the penalty, where now everybody and their dog is making fun of the NFL. In fact, on Monday night, I don't know if you saw it on the Monday Night Countdown show, Matt Hasselbeck even made a comment going, a lot of people are now wondering, is the quarterback position even a real NFL position? Are they being classified as kickers where you can't touch them at all?
Well, it seems to be trending that way, Mitch.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, I mean, we want to be funny and we like throwing in our jokes here and there, but you're absolutely right. We talked about it last week, and it's just a shame because it's Clay Matthews again. I just can't see any which way where there is even remotely a flag to be called here.
It's ridiculous. But can I say this? Outside of the hit, you know what else is happening? Look at the numbers that are being generated. You had Fitzpatrick is the first time in NFL history that has thrown for 3 straight 400-yard games. You have Matt Ryan last week throwing for 5 touchdown passes. You have Drew Brees breaking records. This is because no one wants to touch the quarterback, you guys. And everybody is throwing and breaking records each week. These records are tainted in a weird way.
You're right. And the problem is it's eclipsing the defenses and the quarterbacks that were making it happen.
Exactly.
I mean, to me, it's completely unacceptable. I'm glad that people are addressing it. I'm glad that people are making fun of it. But this is where I have a problem, because when the player associations got to talk about their money and got to talk about their contracts, they are right up there making sure that everything is done right. How come there's no governing body that's actually pressing the NFL to rescind a little bit of the rules? Okay? When it comes to sports, it's high reward with high risk.
That's right.
Like anything else, and accept the consequences. You want to be a quarterback? Let me tell you what you get to being the quarterback. You get to be the stud. You get to be the man. When it goes well, it goes super well. You know you're the highest paid player on the team for the most part. At the end of the day, take a frickin' hit.
That's right.
Okay? Take it. That's part of your job.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like it, then go the Brady approach and talk to every single one of your old linemen and say, you guys better shape up because I refuse to get touched.
Absolutely.
I'm so upset about this,
it's bad.
Mitch.
It's bad, and it's trending bad. This is not looking. Look, we're going into week 3. You know what? I'm worried. I don't, like we said a second ago, no one wants to see anyone get hurt. Now I'm worried they're going to put their flags away, and the defense are going to like go head hunting on these guys. This is the NFL's fault. If anything like that happens this week or in the next couple of weeks, it's on you, NFL.
Yes.
You guys, who has a rule, Dimitri, where it says you have to convert your body weight? What the hell is that? Which moron came up with that rule?
I know.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, you guys. You're telling guys that have been playing this since they were young to automatically change their ways. Fine, I get it. And then on top of it, add in like a scientific method of, okay, hit them this way and make sure that somewhere in the progress, don't convert your weight. There was that defensive lineman this weekend that tore his ACL, Hayes, from the Miami Dolphins because of that exact incident. He said, I was trying to not put my body weight in, I planted, and he rips his ACL. Sad, man. Sad. This is stupid.
That is sad. That is sad because they're asking people to go from 100 to 0
exactly
right away. And look, again, I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't like seeing anyone's career over. I can't stand cheap shots.
Right.
That to me is a huge pet peeve of mine. However, if a guy gets hurt on a clean play, at the end of the day, I look at it in a contact league and I say, that's part of the risk that you take to be a professional athlete. I mean, what's next? Are we going to start looking at people that work in the oil rigs up north, Mitch, and say, well, you know what, we can't drill oil anymore because there's a really high risk?
Well,
no more.
Apparently, that's exactly it. That's exactly what's going to
worker safety. Yeah. So, guys, let's just all sit at home and watch time go by.
Yeah.
Start planting your gardens.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, like, give the defensive linemen some pillows so that when they run up and hit the quarterback with the pillow, but they might scratch them, and then that's going to cause a problem too. So
yeah, like
what are you going to do?
I mean, come on, man. It's disrespectful to the people that paved the way for all those players to get to where they are.
You know,
and I'm not saying, look, I like the kicker thing because the kicker is in motion. He's a defenseless player.
Yes.
I get where they came up with you can't smoke the kicker because he's not in a mind frame to even want to defend himself. The play itself is not constructed to have any real form of defense. You just know that he's got
everyone knew before you couldn't touch him. Bottom line, quarterbacks.
But the quarterback?
I'm going to tell you, the quarterbacks better start piping up because you guys are starting to look like a little bit soft.
Step up
little
your
soft, boys.
game.
Step up your game. Now, speaking of stepping up their game, you need to step up yours. I destroyed you.
I don't know if destroy is a good word.
10 wins for Dimitri, or pardon me, for Mitch.
Yeah.
5 wins for you.
Yeah, okay, you destroyed me. That's fair.
I just did the conversion, as you saw. I was working on my phone. I hit 63% of my games. I went 10 for 16.
Okay.
You went 5. That's 31%. That I know for a fact you did better on your math tests in high school. This, sir, is embarrassing. These fans depend on you.
Yeah.
I'm up 3 games, 3 weeks to nothing.
Yeah.
You better step up your game. And this week, I looked at the games. They're tough, bro.
Mitch,
get ready.
I don't want to say it, but I took a dive.
It's pretty desperate for you to now say these things.
I took a dive.
Right.
I gave you the week because I told you I want to give you a head start. I want to make it competitive.
All right, tough guy.
Because you know, in the wise words of the Hulk Hogan, what are you gonna do, brother?
What are you gonna do? Well,
when the
I'll tell you what I am doing. I'm kicking your ass
on you.
I'm ripping you a new one right now. Up 3 weeks to nothing.
Okay.
Let's get started. Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Thursday night is actually a decent game. It's the Minnesota Vikings at the LA Rams.
Ooh.
Illuminati.
I got to take the Illuminati on this one. I like the Rams at home. I really like the way the Rams are playing.
I had a feeling, Dimitri, you were going to do that. I should have just filled this in for you because I know you're so predictable.
Easy,
so predictable. Easy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take Minnesota. You know why? Because after that egg they laid last week, they're coming out smoking and they're going to come out hot. Minnesota.
Do you want to do a side bet?
Not yet. 1 second.
If you're so confident.
I'll don't worry. And by the way, can I also mention 3 weeks in a row, the 5-star pick of the week comes in.
You know what?
Yeah.
How about this?
Sure.
If you're so confident,
Sure.
you bet your 5-star
On that?
pick of the week. Hold on.
Yeah.
That you're not allowed to use it next week if I beat you this week.
Okay, sure. That's the easiest bet to make.
Done.
Sure, done.
You cannot use it.
Sure.
Actually,
I won't use it next week.
you're that confident?
Yeah.
How about if I beat you next week,
Uh-huh.
you can't use 5-star.
Okay.
Until you finally beat me. So if I go on a
I
streak
see.
of 4 wins,
Sure.
your 5-star is mine.
Done.
It's
No
mine.
problem. This is the easiest money and or bet I've ever won. No problem. Without you talk, you know who you sound like right now? Who? McGregor. All talk, buddy. All talk.
we'll get into that. We'll get to that.
Philly, Tennessee, we got to roll.
I know what you're trying to do here, but I'm going to go with Philly.
Really?
Do it, Mitch.
No.
Do it. Your 5 stars at stake.
You know what?
Do it.
I'm taking Tennessee. Miami at New England. Interdivision.
The 3-0 Miami.
P.S. I was going to bring up New England this week, and you're lucky I don't, because they're my Super Bowl contenders.
Look, trending would say that Miami, they're 3-0. They got the thing, but I'm taking the Patriots at home.
Of course you are. Yeah. And I'm going with the juice, baby. 3-0.
You
No
did it.
offense, New England. I love you guys, but you are not looking good right now. I'm going with the hotter team. I'm just going to go with metrics. Macroman. Jets at Jacksonville.
Jaguars.
Also. Houston at Indy.
God, this is a tough
Spread on
game.
this game is even. It's an even game. Like
It's
no
an
one
even
likes
game,
it.
right?
Even Vegas doesn't like you.
You know what? It's a heart pick, right? But I got to take Houston to finally win their first game.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm taking Indy. Indy's actually better than I anticipated.
Yeah.
I have to give him some pressure. I have to give him some love. Buffalo at Green Bay.
I got to take the Packers
Yeah,
here.
same with me. This is a trap game for a lot.
It's a trap
People are
game.
going to be running on the Buffalo.
Look, especially against a team like Minnesota, that was a phenomenon.
Detroit at Dallas.
This is a really, really tough one. And you know me, I love my Dallas. I love my Dallas at home. But I got to say, I like the way the Lions are playing. Give me the Lions.
I'm going Cowboys at home. I like the Cowboys at home. Tampa Bay at Chicago.
You know me and my Chicago train.
Yep.
But I really like what I'm seeing out of the Buccaneers. Put me for the Buccaneers, Mitch.
I'm with you. I still like the Buccaneers despite the loss on Monday night. Cincy at Atlanta.
This is a really tough game.
Yeah.
I debated it for a while,
All
but
day.
I got to stick with the Falcons at home.
You like the Falcons?
Yeah.
I'm going Cincy. I almost want to change it.
Move on.
I'm
Next.
taking it. Cleveland at Oakland.
Is this number 2 for the Browns? I don't think so. I think these are the right conditions for the Raiders to win a game.
I can't believe I'm actually quite impressed with you. I'm going to take Oakland as well.
Oh.
Seattle.
What do you mean you're quite
at
impressed?
Arizona.
The guy wins 3 weeks, all of a sudden
Arizona.
you missed the pick 'em.
Listen,
Get
I'm
out of
just
here,
saying.
Mitch.
Oh, take it easy.
I'm so impressed.
You won last
I won
year.
last
You
year.
won
Don't
last
carry
year.
me
Who
along.
cares? So
Don't
what?
think
So
that you're
what? You
so
won last
better
year.
than
What
me.
does that have to do with it?
I'm so impressed with
I'm
you,
so
Dimitri.
wicked. I won last
am I
year.
an
I'm the
amateur?
best. Yeah.
Am I an amateur?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so I'm down to 0-3,
This
but am I
year-
an amateur? I schooled you last year. I went
Are
up
we gonna
4
still
games.
talk about last year?
I went up. Yes, we are going to talk because it counts. I don't
Listen,
like your condescending
I can't-
tone
listen,
is terrible.
Seattle
I'm
at Arizona.
so proud of you, Dimitri.
Seattle at Arizona.
Seattle at
I
Arizona.
wish you guys could see his face right now.
I'm
So
so proud.
funny. He's so upset. He's
I'm
truly
fucking- I am
upset.
pissed off.
He
You're
is
like,
so
you're so-
mad.
you know,
He
Mitch,
can't handle the fact. He can't handle that I'm
You were
crushing
much
him.
better. You were much better before the money. You were better
Seattle
before
at
the
Arizona.
money.
Just pick the game.
You opened up the wedding envelopes, didn't you?
I did.
That's
You know what?
why.
We don't
That's
have
why.
all the time. We both have to be places.
Now we don't got time.
Okay, fine.
My
What do you mean?
game's not till later. Your game's coming up.
Seattle
you know
at
what?
Arizona.
I'm gonna stall so you miss your game. Hot shot.
Trust me, they don't need me. It's not a big deal.
Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna take Arizona to win at home.
That's ridiculous. Okay, I thought Seattle's going to kill them. They're going to murder them. New Orleans at the Giants.
This one I looked at quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and Jeff, If you could cue the music.
You're gonna of all the games, you're gonna do it on this one. Each week you
Because
surprise me.
I look at the spreads, I look at how to make the money in order for it to be the money-making matchup of the week. Don't discredit. Don't look at last year. Mitch, you're right. It's the only smart thing you said all podcast.
Yeah.
The New York Giants are going to win as my money-making matchup of the week.
I am so happy to hear that. I'm proud of you that you took the Giants there. I think that's great. I think a lot of people want to take the Giants there. But you're wrong. It's going to be the Saints in a massacre. Saints. San Fran at the Chargers.
I got to take the Chargers. I think even with Garoppolo, I think I would have taken him.
See, that's an easy picking one. So that one. I mean, if there's a guarantee one. Sunday night football. Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
This is tough. A lot of turmoil. These are always terrible games. I'm just going to go home field with Pittsburgh.
Jeff, cue my music. This one is the five-star pick of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know anything about football, and apparently my co-host doesn't, it's Baltimore. Baltimore all day. You know why? Because when they play the Steelers, they just know. And the Steelers are a wounded animal. That Monday night win means nothing. Means nothing to them. Baltimore's ready, and it's Baltimore all day. You take it long, you take it hard, and you take it all day long.
Thank you so much for lending me your 5-star pick of the week next week.
That's it.
Unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kansas City, Monday Nighter. Kansas City is at Denver.
Oh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one because I don't know what Denver's really all about, but I'm just going to go with the Monday Nighter. Mm-hmm. High altitude.
High altitude.
Give me the Broncos.
Whoa, I wrote you down for KC. Okay. I'm taking the hot hand, Mahomes. I'm taking the Chiefs. Broncos haven't showed me too much on offense yet. Sorry. Defense, not bad. I'm going with Chiefs. So there it is. Can't wait to crush. I can't wait to hear what you have to say next week when I'm up 4-0. That's going to be the best.
Yeah, right, Mitch.
Yeah, that's going to be the best. And as you all heard, me and Dimitri going at it a second ago, we are arguing, we fight, we get personal sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, it got personal last week with the UFC. Khabib, McGregor, they had their presser. This is the UFC's biggest event ever.
Would you say biggest fight of all time?
For them, 229 events in. Yeah, this is going to be the biggest one. And only because this one's literally something out of the playgrounds. This is one guy saying something about the other guy's mom. It is crazy. McGregor seemed very, very excited. He's obviously the talker. He's the guy everyone's waiting to hear what's coming out of this guy's mouth. Khabib is the opposite. He's literally a robot. He just sits there and takes it. And then he had a couple of things to say. And when he did talk, he did get McGregor excited. He got him really upset.
I felt that too.
Okay, I got to ask you, just based on that presser, what do you think?
Based on the presser, I am actually worried for Conor McGregor after seeing it because he looked really sloppy to me. He looked unfocused. Mm-hmm. Maybe on the surface, it looks as if he's doing his mind games and his trash talk, which he did do trash talk. But, Mitch, we joked. I mean, he looked drunk. He looked like he had a little too much of his own whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, all jokes aside, he did.
He did.
And it was almost like, hey, man, I just made $100 million. I'm fighting because I'm fighting. That's the easy cop-out, but it really did look like that. He didn't look himself to me.
No, he didn't. He looked really hyper. He looked like he was trying to get under Khabib's skin.
And it wasn't working.
And his game kind of threw him off a little bit. Even when they went to face each other, and Dana White's like, don't touch each other. He seemed very, then he said to Khabib, your lips turning blue, kind of saying you're scared of me and all this. I don't know, man. I think Khabib, let's just go backwards for 1 second. This all started because of the bus incident, right? Khabib basically took one of McGregor's guys to the side and slapped him around a little bit and said some things to him, which obviously ignited McGregor to the point where he went crazy, throwing things at a bus, getting himself arrested. Who knows what's going to happen with that? I don't think he's going to get jail time, but got himself in a little bit of a situation for sure. This is after the guy went and made $100 million in a big fight. You would think that he knows how to deal with the pressure. Is this all about the money? No, this one, I truly do believe this one is personal. I think even whoever wins this fight, the other guy's going to like literally push the other guy. I don't think this is done. I really don't.
This isn't a one fight deal to me, depending how it plays out.
Sure.
You know, the thing for me, Conor McGregor reminds me in a weird way like a Mike Tyson at this point.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's kind of teeter-tottering, almost out of control. Maybe it did get to him. Maybe
I think it did. I think it bothers him that he can't get to him.
Yes.
That he can't get him excited. Like Aldo fell for it. When he fought Aldo got excited. When he took his belt away from him and he was trying to go after him and like, give me my belt back. You know what I mean? Nothing was getting to Khabib. And I think part of it has to do with who he is, like his nationality. He didn't seem to understand some of the things that McGregor was saying. And then at the very end of that presser, when Ali, some guy named Ali or something, said something to McGregor, and then McGregor knew a lot about his personal life.
Yeah.
You know, what about this, he says, or something. That shows me your
something about
mind
child
is something about
support,
child.
yeah.
His mind is about how am I going to burn you? Like he should be spending more time in the gym getting ready and not worried so much about who is in that camp and what's going on. My bet right now after that presser is on Khabib because that guy looks focused. He looks ready. And I think he's got him mentally. I think it's the other way around. I think where McGregor thought he could get him mentally, I think Khabib did the opposite by not responding to him, got him.
You can't tell me that in the high levels of the fight game that these people aren't cognizant about what's happening in the news and everything. McGregor knows this guy is a vicious competitor.
Yeah.
He understands he's 26-0, and he understands that he's been literally destroying his competition. So I think McGregor's ally is the yap.
Yeah.
He saw that it didn't work, but he also knows that he can't grapple with this guy.
No, he can't.
And he also knows that he gasses out early.
Yeah.
And he knows that if he doesn't take care of some real business in that first round, McGregor's in some real big trouble. My advice, prelude to Sportsfolio, is if you're a prop bet guy
Yeah.
and you're watching this fight and it goes after the first round, I would hammer Khabib hard for the money, in my opinion.
Well, he's favored in that fight too, which I find a little weird, but
Well, I think that's a bait trick too. I think he's favored because people think he's going to win and really want him to win.
right.
I mean, I thought, look, I had McGregor as my pick, but after seeing this, Mitch, I don't like his attitude. It's different from when he was playing with other people.
From a business point of view, I'll say this. You don't want Khabib to win. If Khabib becomes the champion, wow. Talk about boring. Like, I'd rather just watch paint dry. That guy, at least, like, he's that guy. He was made to be a fighter. He's not made to be a presser.
Yeah.
You have to give it to McGregor, no matter what, man. That dude is it, and what a nice suit that was. What a nice suit.
That was a really
good suit.
You know, the one thing Khabib said where he's like, I'm the Floyd Mayweather of MMA. No, Conor McGregor is.
No,
okay?
Conor 1,000,000% is.
Take it easy.
Now, speaking of the best, the NHL came out with their top 50. Next week, the NHL starts.
Yeah.
Can't wait. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be unreal. Every year, it seems like it's always going to be good and better and this, that, the other, right? I don't know. This year, I have a feeling it's going to be even better than ever.
Well, I think so, too.
And next week,
the best.
we're gonna talk about who is the best, which team to watch out for, which team's going to win the cup. And, you know, when we pick them, that's going to happen. But the list came up of the top 50 players. Number one was McDavid. Number 2 is our boy Crosby. Number 3, McKinnon. P.S. Number 9 on the list was last year's Hart Trophy winner, Taylor Hall. Did they get it right?
No, they didn't get it right. This bothered me.
Whoa.
Look, I'm not saying that Connor McDavid is not up there for best player in the league.
Yeah.
Will be best player in the league.
Right.
But you know our boy, our 5-time married champion,
Right.
13-time champion, 2-time Hall of Famer,
Right.
says to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Oh.
NHL, when you want to dethrone a guy like Sidney Crosby, make sure that the guy you pick has either won something or done something. Couple seasons of points don't win it for me. I think McDavid, is number 2.
Wow.
I think Crosby's still number 1.
Wow. Wow.
I didn't like it, Mitch.
Well, I'm gonna say one thing real quick. How about the mix coming out? You got the McDavid, the McGregor, and the McKinnon. Congratulations,
A lot of
you
mix.
guys. A lot of McKinnons, like somethings.
Yeah.
The McDonald's too.
Yeah.
You know, being number one, right? You know what I mean? So congratulations on that. I think you're absolutely crazy to think that McDavid is not the best player in the NHL. Listen, you make a point.
on.
I got you. I hear where you're coming from. But McDavid, man, he is locked, loaded. And I think in a weird way, you put him on any other team, the cup is in his hands already. This guy is amazing. And I hate to say it, as much as I don't want to say it, it's only a matter of time before Edmonton figures it out. You can't go wrong. That's how talented this McDavid guy is, man. Like, to say that I know everything and anything about hockey dynamics, I don't. But I do know one thing. This guy is amazing.
He's the real deal.
When other
I'm not saying it,
NHLers,
Mitch.
I listen to some other podcasts which are more NHL oriented and stuff like that. And when those guys are high praising McDavid and they're ex NHLers, you gotta take precedent. You gotta kind of listen to those guys because you don't get that in other sports. Sometimes,
You're right. You're right. It's not that I have no love. I have lots of love.
Right.
I have lots of love to the point where I would say not only is Connor McDavid able to be better than Sidney Crosby, but to actually surpass him.
Right.
And dare I say, if he has a good career, this is a talent that you could put arguably as maybe a greatest of all time. That's how special he is. The way he skates, handles the puck. I mean, I'm not disputing any of that. All I'm saying is that coming into this season, when you're going on the pound for pound, you got to give me, outside of a few highlights,
Right.
you got to give me a little bit more to dethrone the champ.
I hear you.
It's like when a boxing match goes to decision.
Right.
If you didn't do enough, you give it back to the champ.
I think you're using. I hear where you're going, and I agree with you. I do, but I think you're using past accolades. They're just saying who's the best player. That's it. Crosby is still a force to be reckoned with. You have to watch where he is. You can't just leave him alone on the ice. That's why he's number 2. He's got the accolades. He's got the championships. But literally, it's McDavid. You can't disagree with that. Where I want to argue a little bit, slightly, for 1 second or so, is the Taylor Hall one. Here's a guy that won Best Player last year. Voted by the press, but also voted by his teammate, by the league players.
Yep.
How does he number 9?
So the problem
that seems a little
It
high for
is.
a guy that won the award last year.
Well, the problem that I have with it is you put McKinnon as number 3, who had good year, bad year. Last year, great year.
Yeah.
And now he's like the 3rd.
Yeah.
And Taylor Hall, who
Right.
actually won something.
Exactly.
And did something for the team, is now 9.
Yeah.
Like, why is Hall not 4 then?
I agree.
If you're going to give
100%.
McKinnon 3, why aren't you giving Hall
That's
4?
what, and the
yeah.
other one I was going to say to you is our boy here, Johnny Gaudreau. Like, he, here in Calgary, just to be a little local, number 31 on the list. That's crazy. Like, people
Yeah.
literally have season tickets here in Calgary, I think just because of him, just because they want to see the magic he will do with the puck. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I still agree with the McDavid, but after that, the numbers could get a little moved around.
I even look at a guy like Erik Karlsson. I mean,
Yeah.
how's he not ahead of a guy like McKinnon? I mean, if you really want to put people in there, and I only say that because we talked about him last week. So I don't know. It's a weird list. Like, yeah, Gaudreau is 31.
Yeah. It's crazy. This is what I'm telling you. Like, it is nuts. It's nuts. Listen, man, he's a small guy. Maybe it's his stature, but that shouldn't count for anything.
Like, do you
know what
put
I mean?
McKinnon over John
Like,
Tavares?
I'm a small
just
guy,
because
but
of the 1 year?
I could dominate.
Yeah.
Dominate. By the way,
Game changer.
Griffin's the only two-time champion. I mean, I don't want to say anything. I don't
Whoa,
get into
whoa,
it.
whoa.
I don't want to say it. I don't wanna get into
Only
it.
time?
But I'm telling you, ask the boys. Grade 10, two-time.
Two-time
Two-time
champion?
champ. I don't want to say it.
Before then, the Griffins couldn't fly, could they?
They couldn't fly.
They couldn't fly. They
It
could
was
fly then.
It was only a lion then. It was only a lion. So from there, you know what? Next week we can't wait. NHL's we'll literally start either the day of or the day before we do our podcast. And we are pumped. We're excited. We got some ideas. We got some ideas. With
Some
the NHL.
great ideas.
Great ideas. But you know, one of the greatest ideas we ever came up with
Talk to me.
is this idea that we came up with. We're like, you know what? We love our sports. We love our betting. We love all of the things that come with sports.
Yeah.
But we both work in the banking industry.
That's right.
And
Financial sector,
I'm more of
if
a
you will.
credit guy. I'm that guy that'll go get you the money. Dimitri's that guy that's going to take your money and make you millions, But I have always been fascinated and love sports betting. I hate to say this, it's a passion. I literally look into it. I'm fascinated by it. I find that when Vegas has the odds and they literally hit the number every time, it makes me go crazy. Like, how did they know? How did they do it?
I couldn't agree with you.
How they take these algorithms.
So many people are like us, Mitch.
Exactly.
They love the sports.
They love
betting.
it.
But the thing is you can't be ludicrous.
No.
You can't just go in and give your money out.
No, you can't give it out.
And there's a best practices, if you will.
Absolutely.
And that's where we said, why can't the worlds collide a little bit?
Why can't
Now
they?
look, there's guys out there, Mitch, that are the McConaughey 2 for the money types.
Exactly.
You got to take this, you got to take that, take this game, that game, blah, blah, blah. How's your mother, spitty spokes?
And
What do
these
you
guys
want?
are trying to make money off you on top of the money. I don't want your money. I want your bookie's money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not telling you how to bet.
No.
Just like in the real world, we wouldn't tell you how to invest.
Right.
But what we will say,
We want to help.
risk management,
Risk management.
behavioral management.
We're here to help you make those decisions.
And the way we're doing it is with a new segment called Sportfolio.
That's right.
Where the next time you make that ticket, combo play,
Boom.
parlay, whatever it is you want,
Whatever you like.
look at your risk management and diversify the Sportfolio.
And just say to yourself, I really take your game. Do what you got to do. But also listen to the other guys.
Yeah.
Us.
Hedge.
We know what we're doing.
You want to hedge your bet a little bit.
Absolutely.
Mitch,
what
get
we
into
got-
Sportfolio.
Let's do it. Bottom line is this. We want to help you guys. We got some great ideas. We've been doing very well with our sports betting in the last couple of weeks. So here we go. This week, me and Dimitri collaborated, and we're going to give you some picks. Not the pick-ums, picks. Now, these picks are also going to be once NHL comes into full bloom. NBA is coming up. Baseball's just ending. All of it. We're helping on all ends.
Look,
this one particularly is NFL because it's the only one really going right now.
the S&P 500 is not comprised of just
Exactly.
financials.
Nope.
Right?
Not at
Nor
all.
is the Sportfolio just the football.
Dimitri, what do we got? We got Minnesota this week, Thursday night, the early one. If you don't believe us, watch when Minnesota covers the 7 points all day
All
long.
day. And that's what Sportfolio is all about. To say, okay, let's look at a game. When do we play the money line? When do we play the spread? The over, the under? You don't got to go in and just, do the same thing. We've all been burned on the Sports Select ticket
Absolutely.
before.
Always.
So
Always.
I like that.
Exactly. The next one. Now take this one with a grain of salt. It's the Chargers versus the 49ers. We're kind of beating up on a wounded animal here. We're saying take the Chargers minus the 9.5. But if you see that line going up to 10, 11, 12, be a little cognizant. Right now, if you go early, go to your local bookie. He's a good guy. Talk to him. Say how you doing. Give him a load of flowers for his wife. 9, if you can get 9.5, that's okay. Anything more than that, don't put so much.
Accept the
on it.
volatility.
Accept exactly.
Accept
Just
the
know.
volatility.
But this one, the Chargers lost last week. They need this game.
Yeah.
They can't give it away. And 9.5 is a good, nice spread. It's
Yes,
nice.
It's a beautiful spread.
It's a beautiful
It's like
spread.
Philadelphia cream cheese.
Oh,
it's a
nice and
beautiful
smooth.
spread.
It's beautiful.
What a spread.
The next one, Miami, New England, 9.5. They're giving New England favored by 9.5 at home against the 3-0 Dolphins. No love for the Dolphins. Most people will tell you, oh, this is a trap game. You got to take. Well, guess what, New England? You don't have a lot going for you. So guess what? Take the points. And if you can teaser this game, meaning, I think for anyone that knows how to bet, if you have to go to your local betting sites and maybe give yourself a couple extra points, you take it. The Dolphins will cover this. They're
Great
a
advice.
good team. Take them hard. Teaser it up just slightly. A little spice, a little extra salt on top of that game. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But if you like New England, teaser it the other way. Go down a little bit.
And you know what? Again,
down a little
it's
bit.
all risk management.
I'm not telling you the Dolphins are going to win this game. I'm just telling you they're going to cover the 9.5.
They're just covering the 9.5.
Right.
Yeah, you want to take it down?
But teaser
that's
it a
up to
little
you.
bit. But put a little spice on it.
A little salt and pepper.
Don't be so greedy. Put a little spice on it.
And that's the thing, Mitch. You touched on it. Don't be so greedy. Like the game you picked before with
Right.
the Chargers. Everyone's like, well, that's a no-brainer. Thanks for the pick. Well, look, sometimes
That's right.
you got to take that anchor bet.
That's
you got to
right.
take that anchor that you know is going to pay you just that small little dividend that's going to carry you through.
That's right.
Okay?
Beautiful.
It's got to be part of the winning ticket.
Absolutely. Finally, the Saints, Giants, they're playing. The spread on this game or the over-under is 50 points. Now, I'm not telling you to bet the whole game. I'm saying wait till the second half. Me and Dimitri talked about it. Said wait till the second half.
What's the rush?
And then what are you going to do? You're going to go hard on the over on the second half.
What's the rush?
What's the rush? This is all going to come to fruition by the end of Sunday.
You know you want to bet the over. You know you want to bet it. It's just when to bet it.
But when to bet it.
We're not.
Be
when
careful.
Bet it.
Don't get excited. After.
Yeah.
That's it.
We just want to manage your risk.
Manage the risk.
Okay? Just
Welcome to
take the money.
Sportsfolio. This is what we do.
And remember, gamblers and bettors out there, we're no different than you.
Right.
But a 10% return on anything in life,
That would be nice.
that's a fantastic return.
But we're going to show you we're worth what we're worth.
Well, and we're
Let's do
starting
it.
with a little sample
Little
size.
sample. Dimitri, we come to the end of the podcast.
Is it the end? Are
It's
we
the
over?
end already.
Wait,
Jeff's sending signals to us already.
wait a sec. But
He's
you
upset.
promised me one more thing
What's
before
that?
we go.
What's that?
Maga versus Malaka.
Absolutely. It's on. Here we go. Maga versus Malaka, or Maga or Malaka, is this week betting trends. We just told you about Sportsfolio. But the problem is emotion. Heart comes into these games, and that's what screws up everything.
Behavioral
You've got to be a
management.
Khabib on this one. You got to have no emotion.
That's right.
So we're going to teach you some things. Or Dimitri and I will at least try to teach you some things and try to guide you in the right direction.
Just understand our process.
Exactly. Dimitri, last week we did controversial controversial sports people
Figures,
figures.
yeah.
Thank you very much. And we forgot to mention the guy that kind of started the whole thing. Pete Rose, Maga or Malaka.
I don't see what any part of Malaka he did. The guy's a full Maga for me. man.
Full Maga. And the fact that he was betting on his own team sometimes I think is amazing.
That's what makes him even more of a Maga.
I think so. Quite amazing.
'Cause
by
that
the
just
way.
makes him
And
try
by the way,
harder.
he always bet on them to win. It wasn't like he was betting on them to lose.
Yes.
So
What an incentive.
That is Maga move of all
What's
time.
the difference is if a team turns to Pete Rose and says, look, you hit 2 home runs, we're going
Yeah.
to give you some extra money. He goes, you're not offering me? I'm going to give me extra money for hitting 2 home runs.
That's right. Exactly.
Pioneer.
Done. Over-under games. Maga or Malaka.
Whew, you know what? I got to go Malaka. These are just, they're there for the trap.
I couldn't agree more. I hate them. Hate it. Hate it. However, God, I love it when they
But
when Vegas has that number and it hits.
it's just a matter of when to bet.
When to bet. Right. Money line bets. Just straight up wins. You like Maga or Malaka?
Maga, don't get greedy. If you know the game, you like it. Like I said, if you're betting $100, for example, and you can get 15, 20 in return, that's an amazing return on the percentile.
I love
Maga.
it. Maga as well. What about first half bets? So, you're looking at the game, you don't like the totals, you don't like what it is, you say first half. Like before they've even kicked off the ball, before they're doing anything.
It's a good point. I'll say Malaka because I believe in betting on the second half.
Always bet on the second half.
Don't ever touch the
Don't
first half
touch the
blind.
first half. Never. Maybe sometimes.
Yeah, whatever. Super Bowl fight.
Live betting. Like betting has taken
Maga.
a whole.
We don't gotta go. Maga. And if you're not doing it, you're a Malaka.
You're the Malaka. Now let me ask you this: online betting. Do you like the online bet?
Maga.
You like the online bet?
Well, let me tell you something. I understand that bookies are great and you get that human value.
Yeah, it is.
But the online betting, you're getting deals, you're getting in-play bonuses, you're getting great incentives. And I'll tell you what, Bet365, in my opinion, has the greatest customer service in the betting world.
Wow. You know what? And they're not even plugging us.
They
I'm
should.
gonna. You know what? I don't do a lot online. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm more of the bookie guy. So I'll let you answer that one. The next question is bookies. And bookies are the greatest. It's Maga all day
Maga.
long. Now, I know it's hard for anyone to believe that you could still call somebody and put your bets in. It happens. And it's great. But the worst part is like at the end of the day, you got to figure out a time to meet. And that sucks. But there's just something about talking to somebody and putting your bets in. It just feels cool. So for me, bookies, Maga, online betting, Maga-ish.
Fair enough.
Maga-ish.
I'll respect you.
But they have more options. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. And they're easier to get a hold of, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantasy betting. Like FanDuel.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with Maga because you get some skin in the game and it's fun.
I have to admit, I'm addicted to FanDuel now. I'll put a $3 bet,
you've been
and you would think
successful.
that I'm like,
You've
I've
hit.
been pretty
You've
good
hit.
lately. I'm
You've
not
hit.
bad, but I'm telling you, there's something to this. Those sons of guns are getting you on every angle.
How have we not done an RLRT
I
fan
know.
duel? What's
It's-
wrong with us?
Yeah, buddy. Well, do you have a lot of money that you're not telling me about? Because you should
relax.
pay for this session if that's
Hold
the
on,
case.
take it easy. Wait, one step at a time.
All right, second last one. Chasing bets, Maga or Malaka?
I'm gonna say Maga but you gotta do it right.
Right.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
That's right.
Okay, no. Chasing bets is okay.
Right.
When you need to hedge. It
Right.
didn't work out for you in the first half.
Right.
It's not trending in the third.
Right.
If you do it properly and hit a
Right.
fourth quarter, third period, second half swing,
Yeah.
I like that. But don't do the little incremental bets.
Do you know what spreads are like?
Hammer it
Or pardon me.
hard.
Do you know what chasing's like? Chasing really is like trying to get away from your ex-girlfriend. You always go back for a little more. You just always gotta, and you know it's wrong, and you know you shouldn't, but you just keep going.
That's one for the spank bank.
That's right. Last one, ladies and gentlemen, my most favorite place on earth, next to Greece, Vegas. Maga. Or
Bright
Malaka?
light city's gonna set my soul on fire. My God.
God bless you, Vegas. You guys have taken not just what you do entertainment wise, you've taken the business of sports betting to the greatest thing that's ever occurred. I love you all. I love you, Vegas. I
Not
love
just
you.
sports betting. You want food and beverage. You want a family holiday. You want a nice spa retreat. You want to walk the strip. Go check out the strip. Be at the strippers. Have a steak. Have a burger. Have a vegetable. Have anything you want. Viva Las Vegas. You are the greatest. At 4 in the morning. You are the greatest thing to ever happen to this city. God bless Las Vegas.
Love you.
God bless the podcast.
God bless number 50.
50. God bless Alchemy Studios.
The best.
Greatest
The
studio
great.
of all time. Pound for pound. They're the Mayweather of studios right here.
All the time. Are you not ready for Jeff next week on the stories?
I can't even wait. Speaking of other Mayweathers and undefeated pound for pound kings, macromindmedia.com, agapegreekradio.com. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to follow us. RealLockerRoomTalk.com at Mitch and Dimitri. You know, we're coming at you hot, and we got some traction. Just going to throw it out there, Mitch. There's a
know.
lot of golden loofah talk going on in the
I
discussion
see
board.
that. I
And we
see
will
that.
address that on episode 51.
Oh, Tassel, be men. Go at it one-on-one. Do it.
It's amazing how this podcast just heats up at the very end. And at the moment we get so hot, we know we got to cool down, Mitch. And that's why we got to hit the shower.
Time to go. Love you guys. Have a good week.